Now, somebody left a commenting about the dream that I was speaking about. Now, I wanted to say why I believe you are misinterpreting the dream. And I said the side of the wall here was broken down, and I could see my neighbor, and we were talking, hey man, this building is what. And then after that, I moved back inside the house. Then they start appearing leaks at the top of the roof, right? Now, when I made that video, I was very clear. When I wake up, mostly when I have a dream like this, I know what it's addressing. In that dream, somebody went in the comment and then interpreted what they saw using verses. When you see the gifts in the Bible, he does tell you there is a capability of understanding those gifts. You have the capability of understanding those dreams. Your interpretation of the dream, not good, my king. Not good. Because you are not even sticking to your own principles of how you're interpreting. Let me show you what he says. He says dream interpretation. He says the quality of the materials used in building be made apparent, right? He says whether it is of gold, silver, whatnot. So he's applying 1 Corinthians chapter number 3, verse 12 to the dream. He's saying because the wall fell over, I am building a bad thingy. But then that doesn't explain the wall being shared by me and my neighbor. I said in the dream, he and I started talking about, hey, we have to go and talk to the management of the building so that they can come and fix their own things. It's very clear I didn't build the wall. Otherwise, he would have said. So that verse there, or applying that verse, doesn't apply. The verse there is talking about your life, how the qualities of your life, the things that you see of your life, those things are determining what kind of quality of value or reward you will get. That's what that verse is talking about. Move on. He says the wall is falling down, meaning you are intruding into other people's territories. So this idea of me talking about pastors on this channel, he says be careful about boundaries and have restraint, respect those who should be respected. So this idea is in that idea of me talking to the neighbor. Me talking to the neighbor. So therefore, me speaking to the neighbor and seeing the neighbor, I'm intruding. Leadership, as I've stated, the wall was not built by me, and it's clear in the video. And another thing, it doesn't explain me and the neighbor sharing the wall. What wall did he build? What if his wall is the one? Do you understand? So it doesn't apply because there is a builder. So that has nothing to do with intruding onto someone's thing. Now, the next part, he says the house that was being ruined was your life. So that is, he's talking about the leaks of on the roof. Bear in mind, I said the house is not mine. This is a flat. Okay, so already that goes against the idea. If God wanted to show me that my life is ruined, he would have shown me with my house in the dream, right? But that's not the case. It's the building. And in the dream, we address that part. Okay. So, and it's a representation of you. So the building leaking is a representation of me. And then he says, your life has weakness. Everybody's life has weakness, leadership. Everybody's life has weakness. Like, for instance, his comment is meant to deter me from doing apologetics. I think I've explained that part. I've explained I was doing something else. I was into video production, if you didn't know. Okay? I was into video production. And God showed me that my equipment will die. My equipment will die if I continue doing that. Just give me a second. Let me show you something. I just want to show you a quick reminder of what I'm saying. Sorry. Okay, just want to show you a quick reminder. This is the second camera that I have that matches that one. It's a 600D, nothing fancy. That's my second camera. Then there is this bag. This is my former camera bag. Now let me move the audio out of the way. I want you to see here, there, my equipment there. These are two cameras. You see that? There? It's dead. This one, dead. This one is where it fell and cracked the screen here. These lenses, they fell, dead. This camera here, dead. It's a vlogging camera, this one. all my equipment died the same way I was shown in the dream, that my equipment will die if I continue doing the wrong work. So I was doing something else. But when I saw that dream, and it was very clear that my equipment was going to spoil because I was working in the wrong space, guess what happened? There it is. It happened exactly. But when you assume that me doing this apologetics, it's contrary to God, you don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know where my calling is. You don't know. But anyways, that's for you to sort out. It says the weaknesses are my life. No, where I was my life. When I was back there refusing to do apologetics, the ruin came because of I was in the wrong place. He says, therefore, the leaks were coming through the roof. Okay, so we'll have explained that. Then he quotes a verse, which is where I think it's another area which shows that you're not obeying your own rules of interpretation in this dream or how you're interpreting this entire thing. He says, when it rains and the flood comes, what he's talking about the one who built a house on sand and the one who built a house on a rock. And he says, with the wind and the waves beating upon this house, it collapsed and was swept away. Leadership. In that scenario, God was talking about building upon the foundation. In the previous verse you showed, the previous verse, chapter number 3 of 1 Corinthians, chapter number 3 that you read earlier on, if you listen to that verse, it's very clear that the foundation is Christ. If your life is not built on Christ, if your life is not built around Him, you're not built on the strong foundation. The foundation is not my ministry. Leadership. The foundation is not my ministry. It's not this thing that I'm doing here. The foundation is Christ. The center of that ministry is Christ. Every time when I'm calling out pastors for doing the wrong thing, I'm putting Christ as the center. When you're watching the video of me talking about Hubert Angel and his spiritual son, the Christ is the center. So that verse, they're applying that as if my ministry is the foundation. No, it's not. My ministry is not the foundation. Okay? The foundation is Christ. And also you're quoting a verse that is the wind beating upon this house and all this stuff. That's the verse that you quoted. There's no winds in this dream. There's no storm in the dream. There's just water leaking, as I stated. I'm misinterpreting everything. The verses you're applying don't apply to the subject. The verse about the house is being built on a strong foundation. Christ is the foundation. If you had read the entire chapter of 1 Corinthians, chapter number 3 that you quoted, that verse says the foundation is Christ. So why is it that here the foundation is my ministry? And the Bible says it is given for reproach in doctrine, so that you can correct people in doctrine. How do you correct people in doctrine then? By your standard. We are intruding into their lives, which is what Jesus was doing, is what I do. He was calling them out, you brood of vipers. It's exactly what I do on this channel. Commentary videos. Bazalani, be very careful of misinterpreting people's dreams, because you will deter them. You will deter them into something else. As I've just shown you right now. While you are saying that my life might have been better while I was not doing apologetics, I saw in the dream that my life was worse off when I was there. And definitely I can vouch now. My life was worse off when I was there, when I was not using this camera equipment for the right thing. When I was using the camera equipment to do business and do what, boom, the equipment died. There it is. I showed you the cameras. Have you ever seen me using 4 cameras? You have never seen me using 4 cameras. Okay? Why? Because those cameras are dead. Those cameras are dead. Do not misinterpret people's dreams. Hey, this is what you deter people into God knows what direction.